welcome to Garment Rack Chat 6.
Whoa, 6, hello. Thanks for being here.
And we're fully in the fall now, and it's freezing and rainy here. But we're talking about moving because Kelsey moved this week, and she's also getting undressed and dressing for us right now,
We're
which
also
I think is
testing out a styling idea real time, so let's see how this goes.
This was my idea, and I wanted
I
to
like
see
it.
if I think this is like not ridiculous, which
it's a cool
it,
idea.
quite frankly probably might be ridiculous. But I was talking to Kelsey about her move, and she wore Mother Oxford on the move.
I did on move day.
From the city to the country, as so many people are just moving in with their families and already have, or are now like moving schools or like not going to school. I mean, we all know what's going on, and we don't know what's going on. So we've been playing with our style here to kind of see like how that's fitting our moves. And short of her wearing her Mother Oxford during her move, she also took a lot of pictures last week, doubling up on our 2 shirts. Oh my God. I actually really like that.
Is it good?
Oh my God. Okay. So I said she took a lot of pictures with Mother Oxford in the 2 layers last week because we were talking about layering. And they were cool. Like she did one like obviously the waist, then she did it on the neck, and then what else did you do? You
did one over with one tied up and one untied underneath.
That's right. And these are all being posted on our stories and also on our actual page, Mother Oxford. So anyway, she was doing all these really great styles, and I couldn't believe it because I saw the shirts in like a whole new light, and it made me very excited because when we first launched the brand, we were talking about like what ways move mothers to like think about their expression, and non-mothers too, mothers of whatever they're doing, because you're a mother to projects, you're a mother to a lot of stuff. But I was obsessed with the shirt being a skirt because, and I mean like probably from a brand perspective or from a reality perspective, that like maybe it's not a styling you would do every day. But I think fantasy is what relieves me and moves me from tensions in my day a lot. So I was like, what the F? Why not just wear it as a skirt? And I thought about all the reasons why I would wear it as a skirt. One of them is being out, and let's say you have your period or something, and you have your Mother Oxford, so you're like, I'm just gonna, and you're already wearing 2, so you'll just like put your other one in as a skirt and make it kind of like fashion.
Yes.
And so anyway, these like movements in my mind about like how you can play have been really, really exciting. And when she did all these this was her idea to do all these wonderful different stylings at her home. And like now we've been posting them. And now just as we're talking, it's like, what if you like just did this as an open panel? So I don't know if we could stand up again.
Yeah,
I
of
got
course.
comfortable, but like, I like the.
What do you think?
I really like that. Hi. Voila!
I didn't tuck the
Ta-da!
back in, but I could do
You
the
could tuck the
full-
back in
yeah.
because then you could look really like, I don't know, sort of buttoned up on top, floral on the bottom. And I think I love the rhythm of the buttons.
Yeah,
I think that's what I really like.
me too.
And it's kind of also off center.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't we feel off center?
It is. It kind of challenges your
Yeah.
eye a little bit, and it's less expected.
But mentally, don't we feel off center? Do you ever feel off center?
I do.
Good, me too. I feel mentally off center sometimes. Like maybe I won't make it through the day or the next 5 minutes when I'm being literally vomited on. Which I just want to share a little moving story for you that I wish I had my Mother Oxford on this morning because I got up at 4:30. And I'm obviously in the thick of it, pumping and everything. A lot of people actually aren't pumping or doing any breastfeeding. A lot of mothers maybe are, but also a lot of people are not. And they're maybe like 20, 50 years past that, whatever. Anyway, I was pumping this morning, and I thought my LV pump like turned off, and I was bragging the other day that it should turn off when it like fills up. But I was there actually working because that's my quiet time, and I was actually really working on Mother Oxford and some other like art stuff. And I'm starting to feel really warm. And I'm like, oh God, this is so cozy, like it just felt like maybe the heats in the house was working. And I realized that for probably the last 10 minutes, my pump had been like coming out the top So I was pumping all, like down my leg. I had this sweater shawl thing on, and it was all like milky, like all in this kind of thing. And I was like, dang, I'm sure if I had my mother Oxford on, that would have probably like moved it off and like kept it away from me. I would have not known this was happening, or I would have started feeling it on my skin. But instead, all the cotton stuff, I mean, Mother Oxford's cotton, but this different type of cotton was like absorbing it like a big wet spongy rag. And then when it started to cool after being, you know, out of my body, I started realizing that I was very wet.
Good morning, happy Monday.
So I didn't think I was gonna like make it through maybe those next 5 minutes. And then my daughter woke up and wanted to nurse again. I'm like, shoot, I'm all out of milk because I pumped it all. But it was just one of those things where I'm like, maybe mentally off kilter. So I think it like would tie into my buttons, and I would wear that feeling really like acknowledging like my MO that day. Like that maybe I'm not feeling really put together or in my head, but I am at least like I think expressing that outwardly. And sometimes I find that is very relieving, as we've mentioned on these other podcasts, that I think that if I might not be the only one that can make like a billboard around myself that says this is how I'm feeling, or project what I want to be feeling and maybe it can change into. Another thing is this shirt that I'm wearing is not Mother Oxford. And I was sad about that, but I actually don't have my Mother Oxford here because they're so precious and they have to keep being sold. So these are our prototypes. But so I don't really actually get to wear mine all the time, as I'm like kind of like loaning it out. And so I'm wearing this shirt, and I was like, oh, I miss my Mother Oxford. So I took my MO elastics, because this shirt's very boxy. You know, it has no, like Mother Oxford has like at least the deep sweep, so you can see the side of it. Yeah, like this you wouldn't know where. Yeah, so anyway, I could be anywhere in here, which is kind of nice. But it also doesn't show me that, you know, I actually have potentially a shape or something. And we all have our own shapes. And I think Mother Oxford emphasizes that for every single person. I really do, because I've seen so many women post this on their own social, and I'm like, wow, you know, we're all so different, but we're all wearing it in our own way. And this one I didn't feel like was really feminine. I feel like it's boxy in the wrong way for me, even though I want it to be feminine. So I put these on, and I think that this like made me feel a little bit more steppy.
I love it. And I like mixing the non-Mother Oxford in with other things, because it's also kind of like a test, like, do we like this color?
Yes, exactly. And we do like this color.
I love how the black ties
I do like this color. I think this is a really great caramelly, nice fall color.
Yeah.
And so this is sort of what we're doing right now. We're kind of showing our different ways we're being moved.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you were moving. I mean, it's not a very romantic thing to move, you know. In the movies it is, but I feel like
it was a mess. And I have a 1.5-year-old, and he was sweet. He was trying to help.
But you shared a picture of what was going on.
Packing was really unpacking boxes, and it was a lot, and it was emotional too. And so yeah, my Mother Oxford was sort of my armor for the day. It made me feel better, made me feel good and sort of protected, and also like ready to take it on, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll share, I cried this morning because our house is boxes everywhere, and I was just trying to find this skirt, and I knew it was somewhere, and I was quite literally climbing over boxes, which of course the 1.5-year-old is also climbing on all the boxes.
Yeah, I'm sure that was very cute.
Yeah.
It's always cute, isn't it?
Everything's
so cute being a mother.
It's sweet.
Oh my God. So you had a good cry fest.
I did. It's, you know, I think it's really helpful sometimes.
Just I cry a lot. I think my friends can attest that, you know, I mean, I'm pretty tough, but then, you know, I think that letting it out is extremely important. And it's not just letting it out in a way where, you know, you say, oh, I was crying, and then belittle it. I think crying is just such a huge part of getting closer to your truth. And the vulnerability that it requires is huge. And it's when you cry knowing that you're trying to make a better path for yourself. I think that's really important. You know, when you're crying at something, you know, out of helplessness, we all feel helpless, obviously, in many ways. And there's a lot of things going on that make you feel that way. But if you can acknowledge your crying as something that is so absolutely empowering, to your change, to your change,
yes, totally,
then you really start to grow as a person. And I think obviously working in this company with you and on this mission, and really trying to find clothing and a solution for women who work on many different things, and the work is here first, without sounding too emotional about it. And I guess it's maybe never too emotional for me is not a problem, but I do think that in this moment we're in, that we really have to emote in the way that is empowering to ourselves, because otherwise it comes out as rage and anger, and it hurts other people. And we're in a climate right now where that's happening all too much.
I think it's all a part of the process. I think the crying is like rather than saying this is too much, I can't handle it, because we know that we can handle way more than we think we're capable of. And as women, as mothers, as humans, and I think it's actually like the first step of like, okay, I know I need to release some stress because I'm really feeling a lot about this. And now we're going to move through this. I can figure this out.
Yeah.
Whether it's something that comes up in the business and we talk to the team, and then you get that support and you figure it out together. Or if it's just like carving a path to your closet, you can do it. You
can move it. You can move it. And I think that's that thing about women where it's like, I was just talking to somebody about like accepting blame and shame for society's evils and ills, and I think women get that. That is what happens to women so much. I mean, I've come from a background of art history, and if you look at so many paintings, there's like the rape of the Sabines, is one thing that I can point to. A lot of other like art historical things where like women have been pointed out as sort of scapegoats for like land, wars and all types of wars. And usually it's the women who are like, taken in hostage and then, fought over as a way of like, carving out territories. And if we accept that kind of like dumping on us is like, the reason why this brand isn't, BLM or this or that because of this, women often bear that on their shoulders, not just only by choice. So if we can somehow, as a group and as each one of us individually, work on ourselves and then together to find a way that moves us towards self-empowerment, and that word is so important, like the self word. I like empowerment, the self word. Then I think we can really come to a sense of like rising above our worst enemies, which can be ourselves. And then when we're the worst in ourselves, we're collectively the worst. And so hopefully Mother Oxford is also bringing that through. So many things that are moving us and keeping us creative and I think working for the betterment of things. So
yes, I think together that support brings us to our best selves, like you're saying. And I think that's us as a team together, that's women together, that's also our community and our customers and all that too. It's been really cool to see how people are
friends,
embracing the brand, and it's feels really good.
And it's
things all up
from wherever we are. So now we're here, and we can't wait to like do our next garment check. Maybe next time we'll do it out by the leaf pile to show what it's like to be countrified and moved up here, and we love it. So,
and we're gonna have a guest soon too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we'll share more details.
Really fun. It'll be a live too. Yeah. So we'll be posting that.
Yeah.
So
we're excited.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
See ya.